Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it is April 7th of 2023. I made it down to the bank half a block away and made it back home. When I come back home, I even stopped by the apartment office here and stopped by and got the mail and whatever. This is going to be short. Just recently I added a link. I'm not sure if it's on every, but I added a link for so that you all could sign up for Google Fi. I've been using Google Fi for quite a while for cell phone service, and they had a $20. I think $20 is their amount, and been very happy with it. No extra charges or anything. And of course, I don't. I mean, Google Fi, as I understand it, it'd be great for people like that travel, even if you travel outside the United States or whatever. The way their services in the United States, I'm not sure if it works that way outside the United States, but in the United States, if I understand correctly, you're signed up with the Google Fi. As you're traveling, say Kansas City, Missouri, or Fort Worth, Texas is your home area. But as you travel, if you go into some other area, say you're traveling, by car or train or whatever, if, let's say that you were using Google Fi, if the service, the signal strength or whatever, if it drops and you are in an area that has better service, signal strength and that type of stuff, and so it automatically, no change, you don't have to do anything, you're not even going to know it, but it will go to the better service. And then as you come out of it or whatever, it will instantaneously, go to whatever service of those three. And I thought that's a good thing. I watch a lot of tech TV, and those guys in the past talk quite a bit about Google Fi service and how it was really good for international travelers. And they do a lot of those people do a lot of traveling around, and as you normally, or I guess in the past, I'm not sure how, when this has changed, but in the past, if you're an international traveler for some reason, you go to Paris or whatever, and you get over there, you have to change, your system or whatever, who you're using or whatever, and then if you go to another area, you have to, you have to change. You don't have to change your phone number or anything, but you have to change system. And I thought that's pretty neat. But I haven't done any international traveling. One time we went down into Mexico, by car. I don't think they didn't have cell phones then. And we drove to Nogales, Zotlan, I think I'm mispronouncing that, and then back up through, I forget, came out, so we made a thing like that. And anyway, I've put this link for Google Fi recently because I've been satisfied with it and happy with it. However, I recently got this Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And of course I popped, the SIM card out, and, and then I put my Google Fi card in it, and it's working fine. Except I noticed last month, because I just got this, I noticed last month that they added 10 or 15 or something like that dollars to it. Instead of 20, it's whatever it was. and it's, it's like data. And so maybe I have this phone set to, maybe I need to go in and maybe I need to read this book and go in, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the link. Now, I'm not going to go back and be able to find the, but I'm going to remove the Google Fi link down below. And as I spot those other ones, I'll remove them. And I'm going to go to Mint Mobile. I used those people in the past, and they were good. And they've got a $20 plan, which is what my Google Fi is supposed to be, with 8 gigabytes of. So maybe if you know about that, by the way, if you are a Mobile Mint user, and I haven't actually gone back to their site, to look at the fine print or whatever, but I don't want to pay. $20 is okay, paying, but I think what's happening is, I've made some videos with this and transferred them to my computer. I haven't figured out yet. There's an easy way to just what's on here and tell it to go by not Blu-ray, what is it? Anyway, transfer it to a Windows computer. And I'm sure that would cut out my, anyway. So I'm going to remove the Google Fi from down below, and any place else that I find it, and I'm going to probably switch to, if you have any recommendations, I'm going to switch to Mint Mobile. And by the way, I've paid for it in the past, and I don't use it very much. I should. It's what is it? Mailbird. I've been signed up for Mailbird, but I don't use it very much. But I see they just put out a new update, and I uploaded it, and it has Chat GPT installed on it. And if I'm correct, that's the new thing that everybody's talking about, where the software will, think for you, or you can do things. I think that's what it is. You can do things with it. It's not. I don't think it's just spell checking and that type of stuff like Grammarly is. I pay for Grammarly. I pay whatever it is. I pay the yearly thing because I know I'm going to use it. Well, at my age, maybe I'm not going to use it that long. Maybe I should be paying monthly or quarterly or something. So what else? Is there anything else? I mentioned, I think, in a previous video, Thomas, Supreme Court Justice Thomas. And he's saying now, Thomas says that trips with billionaire don't need to be disclosed. And that's crazy. I mean, he's the United States Supreme Court Justice. There's a thing they have to fill out, that the Supreme Court justices have to fill out. If they get $450 from somebody, or if they get something's worth $450 that's given to them or whatever. And he's been getting trips, I think, just about every year since he's been a Supreme Court, justice. And some of them are massive, you know, gifts. I mean, like one of them was, at least one of them was on a, you know, fancy. I'm not sure. It might be that the guy who gives him this stuff, a Republican, you know, political person, um, I think it was on that guy's on his yacht. So they spent a month or two or something on his yacht enjoying, you know, I mean, it's over $1 million, you know, that type of a thing. So I just don't understand. I guess it'll be sorted out. Um, anyway, uh, if you hear talking in the background, that's my son. And might be a little difficult for him because he's been doing it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, talking nonstop, gibberish. And about to drive me, you know, about to drive me crazy. So if you hear that in the background, that's what it is. I don't think setting up that screen thing would help. That I've got, maybe I'll have to try to go that route. Anyway, just so you'll know, you don't need to comment on that. I really don't want to comment on family. You know, I want to talk about maybe politics or talk about computers or whatever, but I don't want to talk about family members or problems that they might have, problems that I have. So anyway, just a heads up. Thank you very much for watching.